All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Some Random Guy Speaks Some Random Guy Speaks. I'm your host, Tony G. That's my other channel. That's another one called With the Passport. But at any event, I welcome you all and I embrace you all with warm embrace. We're about to get started today. We're going to be talking about the 27 amendments simplified. I'm going to do these real quick, and we're going to go straight into it. So let's go ahead and start with the First Amendment and things like that. Who is excited about the 27 amendments? I know I am. These are important for us to know, but we're going to go ahead and go into them and things. So we'll start with number one. So the First Amendment is freedom of speech, press, religion, assembly, and to partition. This is the first one. The Second Amendment, right to bear arms, as you already know. We have the right to bear arms. We have the right to form a militias and so forth. And things like this. Number three, which is the Third Amendment. Citizens do not have to house soldiers. Number four, no unreasonable search or arrest. Number five, no double jeopardy or no witness against yourself. Amendment number six, the right to a speedy and a public trial. Amendment number seven, the right to a jury trial in civil matters up to $20 and over. The Eighth Amendment, no excessive bail or cruel punishment. Number nine, Amendment number 9, people get rights not listed in Constitution, right? So the people get rights not listed in the Constitution. Absolutely correct. The 10th Amendment, any rights not given to federal government are given to the state and people. The 11th Amendment, individual cannot sue the state in federal court. The 12th Amendment, separate ballots from president or vice president. Amendment number 13. These are for blacks here. This was what it was originally designed for, slaves, right? 13th Amendment, abolishment of slavery. Number 14. If you are a born or naturalized citizen, then you are a citizen of the United States. So if you are born or naturalized in the U.S., then you are a citizen. This actually came around as well. The 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment is really were designed for black people a long time ago after slavery, right? So the 15th Amendment, right? The 15th Amendment, you cannot prevent a person from voting because of race, color, or creed. Number 16, and this is for everyone else too, but I'm just saying originally when the amendments were created, they were created and things, and they kept amending them and things. 13th, 14th, and the 15th was exclusively in that particular time for black folks and things like that. So, but it's for everyone else as well today. Number 16, the 16th Amendment, income tax. The 17th Amendment, popular election of U.S. senators. The 18th Amendment, which is prohibition. This is when they outlaw liquor just to make it easy, booze. It was illegal in that particular time period. The 19th Amendment, women get the right to vote. Women know this from the women's suffrage and all that stuff. The 20th Amendment, presidents can take office on January the 20th instead of March the 4th. The 21st Amendment, repeal prohibition. So what they did is that they just, in other words, make it easier, is that they revised it and said, okay, it's legal to drink now, because they just repealed it. So that's what that means. Took it back. The 22nd Amendment, president can only serve 2 terms, right? The 22nd Amendment. The 23rd Amendment, right? So we are down to the 23rd Amendment. Washington, D.C. residents can vote for president. So that is the 23rd Amendment that we're talking about here. All right, let's go ahead with the other ones here. We're going to go ahead and go here. Okay, so we have the 24th Amendment, which is the anti-poll tax. Back then, They wanted to make sure that we weren't getting taxed for going out and voting because, again, that's just anti-American. It's unconstitutional. So they put it in the amendment to make sure that it was called an anti-poll tax. I guess before they were basically taxing people to go vote. It's weird. But at any event, I believe that's what ended up happening. The 25th Amendment means to lay down the rules for who becomes president. If the president dies or resigns, etc., they can, invoke. They can actually pull the 25th Amendment, activate the 25th Amendment on the president. Right. So we got the 26th Amendment. 18 years old get to vote. Right. The 27th Amendment. Congress cannot accept a pay raise until the next term. Right. So these are those amendments, though. These are all 27th Amendments. They're in the simplest form right now. So we were to go one more time. The First Amendment, the freedom of speech, freedom of press, religion, assembly, and to partition, So we have the right to, basically do a rally as long as it's peaceful, right? Number 2, right to bear arms, right? Everybody know that. So in other words, we are supposed to have the right to carry without having any type of paperwork. It should be a reciprocity for every state. And I do believe that the new president, which is going to be Donald J. Trump, he's already said that he's going to put this into law where every law-abiding citizen that can carry without, it's a reciprocity for each state. So he's going to put that in, as well too, and make that law again, because this is according to the Constitution. The third amendment, which is citizens do not have to house soldiers unless if you want to, but you don't have to. The Fourth Amendment, no reasonable searching or arrest. So this is very, very important. They do not have the right to, do a body search and so forth out there without no probable cause. It got to be a reason, for them to do this. They just cannot come up and just start searching you or going in your house and things like that. So they have to have a warrant by the judge. It has to be something that you have done, not what they think. You have to know. The Fifth Amendment, right? This is the one that should be really, really easy. No double jeopardy, no witness against yourself, meaning do not speak. You don't have to speak if under arrest. You can plead the Fifth. You don't have to speak to law enforcement. You're going to speak to your attorney. You have that right. The Sixth Amendment, the right to a speedy and public trial. So therefore, that's very, very important. The Seventh Amendment, the right to a jury trial or civil matter up to $20 and over. The Eighth Amendment, no excessive bail or cruel punishment. This is very important too, right? Number 9, people get the right not to list in the Constitution. So people get the right not to list in the Constitution, right? Number 10, right? So we're going to talk about this one. Any rights not given to the federal government are given to the state and people. Number 11, individuals cannot sue the state in the federal court. The 12th Amendment, separate ballots for president and vice president. Now, number 13, the 13th Amendment, abolishment of slavery. The 14th Amendment, if you were born or naturalized in the U.S., then you are a citizen of the United States, right? So if you were born or naturalized in the United States, then you are a citizen of the United States. The 15th Amendment, you cannot prevent a person from voting because of race, color, or creed, so anybody can vote. The 16th Amendment means income tax. The 17th Amendment, popular election of the United States Senator, right? The 18th Amendment, prohibition. 19th Amendment, women get the right to vote. Just that simple, right? Because of the suffrage, women weren't allowed to vote and stuff. The 20th Amendment, president takes office on January 20th instead of March the 4th. The 21st Amendment, they repealed the prohibition. You already know may mention that before with the meaning of all that. The 22nd Amendment. President can only serve 2 terms. That is correct. The 23rd Amendment. Washington, D.C. residents can vote for the president. I guess at a time they weren't even allowed to do that. They didn't even know that. All right. However, we're going to keep moving on. The 24th Amendment, anti-poll tax. The 25th Amendment, lay down the rules for who becomes president. If the president dies or resigns or etc., right? This is the one they were trying to get Joe Biden to do. He refused to do it. And they should have pulled the 25th Amendment, but the Dems did not do that. So it's really sketchy on that. But this is a perfect example. If the president is incapable mentally, physically, or whatever, or deaf, then they have to pull the 25th Amendment, and then the vice president becomes the president. The 26th Amendment, 18 years old, get to vote. The 27th Amendment, Congress cannot accept a pay raise until the next term. So there that is. I said it twice for you guys. I said I was going to come back and do part 2, but I said, you know what? I'm going to break it down and do it a little simpler and things like that. So we have gotten through the whole 27th Amendments simplified. So therefore, I'm a big fan of being patriotic as well as being a constitutionalist, you know. So these are the 2 things that I do enjoy, and I love the American anthem as well. And that's another thing that I enjoy. In fact, I'm going to do this, though. I'm going to play the American anthem because, actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that either because of copyright. Keep forgetting about that. So other than that, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, the American anthem, and it's a beautiful thing. I'm not going to play any of that stuff unless if it's my own stuff. I got to be careful with YouTube and copyrights and stuff like that. But I just wanted to point this out to you guys and stuff. So to be real quick. So again, know your rights as an American citizen. This is the greatest piece of paper, which is the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. You want to know this stuff. If you don't know anything else, I would suggest that you guys, you can do a Google search and just type in the 27 Amendments simplified, and there's different versions of it that you can pull up for yourself, and then you can basically download this, print this out, just keep this information, because again, we got a lot of crooked people in government, right? And what they want to make sure is that you don't know your rights, and they want to give out funky privileges. I talked about this before on my previous live earlier today. So there's a difference between rights and privileges. You got to know the difference. Skip privileges. We're looking for the rights, your God-given rights. You have the right of freedom of speech. No ruler, no government, no congressman, no president or anybody can tell you what you can or cannot say, because these are your rights. And censorship is what I call it, anti-American, right? Just like with the illegals that they're over here. The stuff that they did is anti-American. Any person that is against of the law of this land and says that we cannot, round up these illegals and ship them out of here are anti-American. I said it again, and you can see right now that there are people in government, mayors and other people that are trying to buck up against what Trump have already said. So in other words, these people are anti-American. So this is the term we're going to start calling these people. We're going to need to call these people out. If they don't get out and concede, they are anti-American. If they don't leave the White House or leave government when the new people are coming in, they are anti-government. So these are the things. Citizenship, anti-government. The Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, they're against that, anti-government. Assault rifles, shotguns, anything, anti-government. Anybody that's against the Constitution is anti-government. Any Congress person that want to vote against our better half, anti-government. And I want to keep anti-American is what I'm trying to say. Anti-American. They are anti-American, right? And this is very, very important. As I said earlier in my live, if you find a congressperson that does not talk about the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, that person is suspect to being anti-American. They should be pushing in other words, you know what they should be pushing? They really should be pushing for, you should already know, they should be pushing for the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. They should be pushing this. They should be proud to stand by it. But this is the problem. We should put term limits as well on these people in Congress. They should not be in a long terms, because that's where corruption. Thomas Jefferson already talked about this. There's supposed to be term limits on this stuff. There's no way that a senator should be in the White House. They should not be in Congress for 50 years or so. Look at Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, Mitch McConnell. These people are old. Look at Maxine Waters. There's no reason that they should make a career and become a career congressperson and be in these positions for eons. It's absolutely unnecessary. And this is why corruption from these people. If I were to pull up their network, all of them are multi-millionaires. Over easy. That should not be the case at all. And this is one of the main reasons that they need to exit out. They have to be out. We're going to vote them out, get them out of there. And if they don't leave, this is what I accuse them for being anti-American as well. And we're going to put term limits on there to keep the corruption down low. 2 years, you should be out of there. You don't need to be there more than 2 years, 4 years. You don't need to be in there after that. That's too much long. It's too long of a term. And that's where corruption once again starts setting in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just here to tell it to you straight. And I'm going to be doing other videos like this as well. We're going to be uncovering the 3 levels of government next time, you know what I'm saying? And things. So we're going to talk about that. 3 levels of government: executive, legislative, and judicial. We're going to talk about all 3 of those 3 levels of government, how they operate, how they work. One is for the executive, which is the president. And then we also have the the legislative, and those are the Congress people, right? And the judicial people, right? And that is for your people that are, we're talking about people that are in like a Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, courts and things like that. So that's what those things break down, the 3 levels of government. You know, they all work in concert too, and things. So other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to get ready to end this and things. I just wanted to make this video real quick and things like that. I'm going to save it, upload it, make sure you guys get in and have it and things. So, yeah, other than that, I think I covered pretty much everything here. Just trying to get the main stuff out for you guys before I get ready to head back out and things. Today is Saturday night. I heard that Gladiator is pretty good as well, too. So other than that, I want you to give yourselves all a round of applause and things like that. So, yeah, we want to make sure that this information and stuff gets out to people. Please like, comment, and subscribe and things like that. I really appreciate it, you guys. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video and things, get this uploaded for you guys, and therefore you guys can have this as well. Peace.